Good morning! I got tagged in this video.
Black farmers are being left out, overlooked, and pushed closer to extinction. And let's talk about history. Black farmers once owned 14% of United States farmland. Today, less than 1.3%. How, Sway? I'll tell you. Generational land theft, discriminatory USDA policies, and a long history of being denied access to the very tools white farmers receive as default.
So I'm gonna do something unusual and begin by addressing the white folks, because we gotta have a little preamble. White folks have a hard time understanding that racism is not white hoods and robes and burning crosses and violence necessarily. A lot of times they can't believe that there's still racism in agriculture because they haven't heard of any lynchings or Klan meetings recently. And farming just feels like too pure and honest a place for that kind of nonsense to rear its head anyway. But let's go ahead and put the issue in a context that I think even conservative white people, especially white women, will be able to hopefully understand. Take a look at this video.
I'ma be making all them deals you wanna do. I'ma be up in them A-list flicks, doing one-handed flips, and I'ma be sipping, don't trip, cause I'ma be shaking my head.
If you go to her page and look at the comments from men on that video, shit is wild. It is just an endless stream of dudes going out of their way, like way out of their way, to make sure that she is put in her place and she knows she don't belong there. You know, saying stuff like, oh, anything but working, and always the person in the grain cart, and blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm moving my chicken tractor if you're wondering what the heck I'm doing. Anyway, they are seething mad. And why are they mad? They're mad because she's a woman, she's young, she's pretty, and they're just gonna go ahead and assume that she doesn't belong there, that she's entitled, that she's there because she's not qualified, but she knows the right person. Maybe her daddy's the right person, or she's sleeping with the right person, whatever, right? And the thing is, it's gonna be these same angry, sad little men who are gonna be at the FSA office, the NRCS. They're gonna be the ones who, if this woman decides that she wants to farm for a living, she needs a loan, she needs a grant, she needs cost sharing, or any number of the programs that white male farmers take advantage of with no issue whatsoever. These same angry little men who think that women don't belong anywhere and she's entitled, she's a butthole, like whatever, they're going to carry that with them into the workplace, into their positions of power, where they control whether or not she gets funding, for example. And this is why DEI exists, to make sure that people in positions of power don't exercise prejudice and bias, etc., against people, especially traditionally excluded people, when they're just trying to be treated equally like everybody else and not held in contempt because of whatever these people have in their heads. So all that to say this, racism in agriculture usually operates this way. It's not people necessarily getting shot off their property like it's freaking 1890. It's a lot like what this woman experienced. So racism in agriculture is me walking into an FSA office looking for a farm operating loan, and me running into the same kinds of people that this woman ran into in her comments, except now I don't even look like her. Like, white men have way more animus towards black people, and especially black women, than they do against white women. Now, the question I obviously get asked, and that I was asked that prompted this post, is how do you get around that as a black farmer? And the answer lies in the fact that lots and lots of white people are actually pretty cool. Cool white boys like the ones that are partners in my business. They can go into places that I can't without dealing with the BS. They look like they belong, especially people like Mason. This is a big part of the reason you'll see me, somewhat controversially, arguing against the family farm model, arguing against justice, quote unquote, oriented nonprofits, and for interracial corporate farms that are black led, but have a wide diversity of people who own them and run them. It's much harder for racist people, prejudiced people, to target a farm or business like mine than a black family farm or a black farm nonprofit. A business like mine is kind of like stealth aircraft. Like, we just don't present that big a cross section for people to target. When somebody walks into the FSA, it's going to be a white guy with a giant beard. When somebody goes to the bank, it's going to be a white Jewish guy from Ohio. If someone's going to deal with a federal procurement office, it's going to be a South Asian guy. Meanwhile, my black ass is sitting in a smoke-filled room pulling all the strings. So, how to avoid racism in agriculture? Mr. Miyagi said it best.
very first karate lesson, Miyagi father always say, best way to avoid punch, no be there.